we go back and we tweak the model again. We go back to the ministry, and then we see how we can have a better impact. Of course, whatever works in a country can work in another country, and it's very important to have these successful models, especially when you invest in that research. And then towards the end, once the program comes to an end, we have a final evaluation. We bring a third party to evaluate the program and take all the learnings from the program and give it back to the ministry and tell them, what do you want to do with it now? It was not your program, it was something that we piloted. It has been successful, there's impact, we've seen the impact in 3 years, we didn't wait 5 or 10 years, and now it works. So the first response from the ministries is, we want to scale this up nationwide. And when that happens, the first thing ministries should do is to adopt that program, having our implementing partner, of course we lead, but then they have to buy into the program so they can get international donors in. And this is where the issue is. So let's assume Dubai comes in with a $2 or $3 million or $4 or $5 million program in a country to tackle an issue, let's say girls education or teacher training. And the program works. The government doesn't have funding to scale it up. We are at our own capacity, which is good, but it's not great. We cannot convince every single donor in the world to get funding. We try to seek funding. We go to the World Bank, we go to the Global Partnership for Education, we go to the bilaterals, either USAID, DFID, or similar, but we're not able to get the funding from them because they haven't seen enough evidence for 4 or 5 years to scale this up. So we have to get another donor, which has ticket sizes of 8, 10, 12 million, to scale up our program for another 5 or 6 years. And then towards the end, we will have a program that had evidence for 10 years with the ministry, with the right implementers, and then we will be prepared to go to the global mechanisms to have a nationwide scale. So that's the model we do. And how we can sustain it is bringing the private sector into the equation. Governments cannot. Government's job is not to keep on funding all these programs. They have a limited capacity. It is our duty to test and pilot these things, to prepare them for the global mechanism to come and scale all these up. And I started by saying innovation. I'm going to end up with another innovation since it's very relevant to this setting. Teachers, we said teachers, they're the solution. They're the silver bullet to education. But what we see, we've been funding a lot of teacher training programs globally. We have a vast number of teachers which got trained. We help change government systems in a lot of countries. But teacher training is not the solution as well. A lot of organizations may think that teacher training is the solution for education. You get quality teachers and there you go. Education systems will be good, students will learn, and we solve the problem. We have 2 other issues that we are also funding with other partners. Teacher training is one, but teacher motivation is another. If teachers are not motivated, no matter how much quality training you're going to give them, it's not going to work. How do you do this? You identify what the issue is, why they're not motivated, you provide the right tools to tackle the issue, and then the outcomes are the students. But then there's another factor. Let's assume we give them the motivation, we give them the quality training they need, but then they don't know how to manage it. So school management is also important. So that's the third element we do. We strengthen the ability of the teacher on how to manage the school with the head teacher, which is the principal of the school, and we even upgrade the principal or the head teacher to how to manage the school with the teachers to have a better outcome.
Great, thank you very much, Dr. Albert. That is a useful explanation of the importance of research and development and how philanthropic foundations like Dubai Terrace play a key role in incubating innovation and then the long, rigorous process of bringing that to the front lines. Another key player at the front lines is, of course, the school principal. And we're honored to have with us today Mr. Kazang Wangchuk from Bhutan. You are charged with providing instructional leadership, with managing resources, and being the interface between learners, parents, the community, and the education ministry. Can you tell us what have been the implications for emerging teacher-learner trends for principals such as yourself, and what kinds of support you think tomorrow's teachers might look for?
Thank you. I'll be responding to the question based on my experience contextualizing to my country, Bhutan. I believe many of us gathered here are all educators. Education and school is as old as mankind itself. We have been striving, seeking ways to fashion out best education for our children. The word good that you and I used 5 to 10 years ago may not be good enough today. We should be preparing our students to be nationally rooted and globally competent citizens. So this challenge lies in the hands of principals and teachers in the school. But if you work collaboratively with shared responsibilities, I'm sure we can create success stories and achieve our common goal. ICT in Bhutan till 2019 was optional subject to our students. But beginning 2020 academic year, it is made compulsory subject for students in Bhutan. That is to meet the 21st century needs. In this 21st century, we cannot afford to stay idle without using modern technologies. This has eased the work of all individuals at all levels. But say like when I was a student, I used slate to write. I used chalkboard to teach as a teacher. But now these are just stories. With invention of all these new technologies, people are now talking about artificial intelligence. I'm worried that one day we lose our job if we do not upgrade ourselves in terms of using 21st century technologies. So if I respond to the second part of the question, the support that our teachers need, definitely yes. We have been talking throughout the session since yesterday, providing professional development for our teachers. Professional development in terms of academic, professional development in terms of using 21st century technology and ICT in the school. Secondly, recognition is important for our teachers in future. Recognition in terms of giving salary incentives and bonuses. For information, affecting July 2019, teachers are highest paid civil servant in Bhutan. Thirdly, if I support that our teachers would need in the future would be the opportunities. Opportunities like differentiated career tracks and also identifying and developing our potential teachers to come to leadership positions. And finally, last but not the least, well-being of our teachers is very important. Providing good housing facilities for teachers serving in remote schools and deploying support staff to ease our teachers' known core workload, and also retirement benefits should be provided better for teachers. Mainly, this will help retain our good teachers in the system. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wangchuk, for bringing up all the different forms of support and elements that we need as we all work together to address this changing teaching landscape. Another key point of interface is the teacher education institution. So we're honored to have with us today Dean Michael Owen from Brock University in Ontario, Canada. So, as a teacher educator, what are your thoughts on how teacher education institutions should include new perspectives in their teacher preparation programs to respond to these emerging needs?
No, thank you. We've heard so much already, and there's so much to talk about. We get so little time. In our meetings yesterday with the Deans of Education and UNESCO chairs, we actually, one of the things that we did really talk about is ways in which faculties of education, our teacher education institutes, are actually critical elements, critical links between the policy setting by government officials, the policy implementation by ministry officials, and those who actually do the teaching and the educating of children, which are these school principals and the teachers in the classroom. We as faculties of education or schools of education are actually that link in between governments and the effectively educated professionals who will be the teachers, and also between those teachers and those children and helping to set government policy. So from our perspective, or from my perspective at the very least, I think that we are indeed one of those critical links. But I would think are really critical if indeed we're going to achieve those SDG goals of educating the 69 million teachers that we need to serve the minimal needs of children and youth at 2030. And then to look beyond that, how many more teachers will we need? How many, not just bodies in the classroom to be teachers, but how many effectively educated teachers to be in the classroom? To do that, I think that what we need to do is actually focus on not what we need in the classroom today, but very much what we need in the classroom in 2030, 2040, and 2055. The teachers, as I mentioned to a number of people yesterday, the teachers who we are educating at my institution graduated in 2025 as skilled and educated teachers. They're going to be teaching until 2055 to 2060. So how do we actually prepare them effectively for that arc of their career so that they will be able to be effective teachers over that period of time? We provide them with a base within the teacher education program, but part of that base is actually to allow them to understand that as teachers, they also have to be continuous lifelong learners, because without being a continuous learner, there's no way that you can be an effective teacher. And that means that what you have to do is to think about the ways in which you integrate the new technologies that we've heard about, including artificial intelligence, which I don't believe will actually take jobs away from our teachers. It'll actually help improve our teachers and improve the learning that goes on in school. But how those teachers, those teacher candidates, those future teachers, will be able to integrate those new technologies into the classroom to support learning. But those technologies are simply tools. And they're the tools to deliver the goals and objectives that we have as societies to have well-educated, qualified citizens who can then also be effective players within our political, social, and economic life. And so as my colleague next to me was talking about, we need to provide them with the 21st century skills and competencies for them to be able to do so. And those skills and competencies, I know I'm out of time, the skills and competencies are just not what we think they are today. Those are also going to adjust over the next 5, 10, 25 years. And so our